Yeah, I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. I believe every lie that I ever told, gave her every heart that I ever stole. Played my cards and I didn't fold. Well, it ain't that hard when you got soul. Somewhere I heard that life is a test. I've been through the worst, but I still did my best. God ain't my mold, different from the rest. Then he broke that mold, so I know I'm blessed. Yes. Stand up now and face the sun. Hide my tail, turn and run. It's time to do what must be done. Be a king when kingdom comes. Well, you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, man. Well, you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, man. Yes, I am, yes, I am, yes, I am. I'm the man, man. I got all the answers to your questions. I'll be the teacher, you could be the lesson. I'll be the preacher, you be the confession. I'll be the quick relief to all your stressing. It's a thin line between love and hate. Is you really real or is you really fake? I'm a soldier, standing on my feet. No surrender, and I won't retreat. Stand up now and face the sun. Won't hide my tail, I'll turn and run. It's time to do what must be done. Be a king when kingdom comes. Well, you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, man. Well, you can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, man.
Okay, I'm going to have you remain standing, please. Our nursing faculty member from Mental Health Nursing, Ruth Freeberry, is going to come up and deliver the invocation. Ruth?
Well, I haven't seen most of you in a year now, and you all have your face coverings on, so we need the Lord's help. Lord, I know we can go through this every day, but please give me the knowledge as to why I actually wanted to go to nursing school. Give me the strength to make it through those boring 3-hour lectures without falling asleep. Give me the patience to make it through 12-hour clinicals with instructors that can't just give you the right answer. And on the same note, give the nurses the ability to remember what it was like to be a student and give us just a little more respect. Lord, give me the endurance to read all the assigned readings and to be able to remember it when I am taking a test with 4 right answers. Give me, my family and friends, the ability to realize I'm on the edge of insanity. And finally, Lord, give me the vision to see that one day I will be a real nurse and I will never have to wear this ugly uniform again. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry guys, I'm so embarrassed. I read the wrong invocation. I'm just a bumbling mental health instructor. So, I hope you enjoyed that. It was my little attempt at some humor tonight. This is the real invocation. Good and loving God, we thank you for the completion of another academic year and for giving us the opportunity, short though it may have been, to play a part in the lives of our nursing students and our soon-to-be graduates. We are grateful for your guidance and love as we share in this important work. Please bless and guide our nursing graduates as they reach this end, and as they chart new beginnings. May what they have learned by being here with us allow them to truly be women and men for others. May what we have learned from them enable us to be better instructors or administrators. Please help them to use all that they have learned to make the world a better place, to serve others in true solidarity and kinship, and to seek ways to help the poor, the marginalized, and those who are suffering, and to always seek the greater good. We know that some of you will experience pain and hardship, and we know that some already have, and we ask you to grant them solace and strength. Finally, Father, we thank you for giving us the opportunity to build our community with these young men and women. Though they are leaving our campus, we know that they will always be with us as a part of the Mid-Michigan College nursing family, and we ask that the bonds that we have created here remain strong. Give these students, as they begin to serve their community, with compassion and healing care. We ask this in all of your name, in the name of your Son. Amen.
You can be seated now. We are videotaping your pinning ceremony, so some of the comments that I make are going to be directed at the people who will be watching the video after the fact. The majority it is directed to you, but I just wanted you to be aware of that. So I wanted to start out by saying good afternoon. My name is Barb Wyszynski. I have the privilege and the honor of being the Dean of Health Sciences and Director of Nursing for the Mount Pleasant campus here at Mid-Michigan College. It is a pleasure to be here today as we welcome our nursing graduates into the profession of nursing with their pinning ceremony. I cannot express how so very proud I am of each and every one of you, the nursing graduates from Mid. I want to acknowledge the hard work each and every one of you have put into your studies to get here today. We know that that was not an easy feat. While we would have liked to have all of our graduates' families, friends, and loved ones present here today to watch their ceremony, unfortunately, we're still under the COVID gathering restrictions, so we welcome all of you, whether you're here or watching from home. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome everyone here today. Welcome graduate nurses. Welcome nursing faculty. Both our part-time and full-time faculty are here to support our graduates today. I'd like to take a minute to introduce the nursing faculty that have been here from the start, supporting the graduates in their learning experience, whether in the classroom, the clinical setting, or the skills lab. I will start on the end. On the end is Leslie Peterson. You haven't had the opportunity to work with Leslie, but Leslie now teaches our Adult Health 1. But I'm sure you would have learned a wealth of information from Leslie. And then we have Elizabeth Kogelman. Elizabeth Kogelman is our pharmacology faculty member, plus she also was in the skills lab. Ms. Jenny Ivan. Jenny Ivan is a clinical instructor. For all of you that have the opportunity to go to Select Specialty Care in Saginaw, Jenny is our instructor there. Mr. Ryan Thatcher. Ryan is one of our nursing faculty members also. He has traditionally done his clinicals at Mid-Michigan Health Midland on our weekends. Sometimes it's tough to find somebody to teach a weekend clinical, but Ryan's always up for that. Then we have Julie Hipkins. Julie is your family-centered nursing instructor. Next to her is Ms. Jennifer Schwartz. Jennifer is our Adult Health 2 nursing instructor. So you just recently finished with her before you got to your Adult Health 3. Ruth Freeberry. Ruth teaches our mental health nursing, as I introduced her a little bit earlier. We have Bethany Corner. Beth is full-time faculty. You guys got finished with Beth and you survived. Good job. Beth teaches our Adult Health 3. She's also our Director of Nursing for our Harrison campus. And then working our IT tonight is Ms. Brittany Wright. Brittany teaches your assessment class. She also teaches leadership and clinicals, well-rounded instructors there. And then I wanted to say a special shout out to Sarah Gariglio. Sarah, really helps keep our nursing office and our nursing program running smoothly. Without her, we would probably not really know what some days, what we're gonna do. Laurel McLaughlin and Brooklyn Snigaki, O'Sullivan Snigaki, weren't able to make it here today. But Brooklyn did write up a little message that she wanted to send to you, and she asked me if I would read it to you. So this is from Brooklyn. She says, to the graduate nurses of spring 2021, we told all of you when you started this program that it would be challenging. We told you it would take hard work, dedication, and liberal amounts of sweat and tears. We don't need to talk about which of those were more plentiful at this time. Then in the middle of this already crazy gauntlet we call the nursing program, everyone's world was turned upside down. Our normal was fitted with cement boots and dropped off a bridge. But you still did it. Let me repeat that. You still did it. You were faced with a situation that no one was prepared for, no one wanted, but you adapted. You buckled down and you persevered. The way that you all rose to this challenge is a testament to the amazing, competent nurses you all have become. It would be real easy for me to say I'm proud of all of you, and that's true, I am. But what is far more representative of how I'm feeling is grateful. Grateful to have played a small part in your nursing journey, grateful for the grit you all have shown, and grateful for how much better the nursing profession will be with each of you in it. Congratulations, Spring Class 2021. So that came from Brooklyn. This past year marked a significant change in the face and delivery of our nursing program for a while, and how class, lab, and clinicals were delivered thanks to the COVID pandemic. We strive to get you back face to face, and you've all been troopers. You've embraced the different opportunities and learning modalities, have overcome some significant obstacles, but all the while keeping your eye out for the end of the tunnel. As you can see, our audience is small here tonight, but the enthusiasm and support are overwhelming as we recognize and support all of our graduate nurses. I also know there's many people that couldn't be here that have had a hand in supporting the graduates, and I want to say thank you to all of you. I wanted to briefly tell you about the symbolism of the nursing pinning ceremony, as it's very different from the traditional commencement ceremony that will officially be celebrated tomorrow. Nursing is both an art and a science. The commencement is a conferment of the degree earned while the technology and skills learned. That's the science piece. The pinning ceremony is the rite of passage for graduate nurses to enter the profession of nursing. Caring for the patients with compassion and understanding, that's the art of nursing. Together, the art and science is what makes a great nurse. The pinning of nurses actually started back with Florence Nightingale in the 1860s when she was working with injured soldiers in the Crimean War. Florence was also working side by side with nursing students. And at the end of their education, she would present a Medal of Excellence to her hardest working nursing graduate. As time went on, it was recognized that all nursing graduates would be honored for their hard work and dedication to the profession of nursing and caring for the sick. Hence the start of the nursing pinning ceremony for all nursing graduates, not just the one that was special. What this tells me is that you have all worked very hard. You're all dedicated to the profession of nursing. I am always amazed when I see graduates at this level. I remember back in orientation when I looked out in the audience and I saw you and I saw your eyes, you looked like deer in the headlights. I was thinking, oh my heavens, they don't know what their lives are about to change. They don't know what they're getting into. And I'm sure they were thinking, what in the world have I got myself into? What does she mean I'll have to study hard? Certainly they had no idea what NCLEX style questions were, But believe me, they were about to learn. They were also about to learn which orange is the orangest. Have you figured out that yet, which one is the orangest? I bet, I know you thought that I was a little, or maybe a lot crazy at that time, but I certainly wasn't lying to you when I told you that you would have to figure out the orangest of the orangest. Each semester got a little bit more challenging right up to the end. Just as you started to feel comfortable and confident, new skills and concepts were added. Nope, it wasn't fundamentals all over again every semester. And whew, what in the world was all that application in Adult Health 3? Where did that come from? Case studies, concept maps, scenarios, oh my. Even though I heard lots of moans and groans about it at the beginning, as you learned your way through, I'm sure you will agree that it's helped prepare you to apply everything you have learned in the nursing program. I'd like to take a few moments and reflect back on your first day of class. Think about that first day of class and how uncertain and uneasy you felt. You know, when you had those butterflies in your belly? Think about that day. Now I want you to think about how you feel today. You still have those butterflies? I'm sure you do. And that's okay. But I bet you those butterflies are more controlled, and they've transformed into monarchs that are ready to fly solo. That's nursing though. Even with years of experience, you can still expect to get butterflies when you experience new situations, but the difference will be you will have the experience and the skills to draw on and to get you through those situations. One thing will never change though. You will always be a nurse, and you will always have compassion for patients and their families. Today I want to challenge you. I challenge you to be a lifelong learner. Today's just the first step in your education. I challenge you to keep your excitement, your enthusiasm, and your compassion alive. I challenge you to treat every single patient and family that you encounter like you would want to be treated. Remember, they react when they are in a crisis, and you need to be there for them. From the first breath to the last breath, your presence and touch does make a difference. So I want you to remember that. I challenge you to have a voice to get involved, to further the profession of nursing. I challenge you to believe in yourself. We believe in you. After all, you're a graduate of MID. Always remember where you started, especially in a few years when you get new nursing students that come to your unit and they have that deer in the headlight look. Remember where you came from. Embrace those new nursing students. You have a lot to offer to them. In closing, you only have one big test left. You've worked hard. You have the knowledge. So go out and ace that test. You guys can do it. You have the knowledge. Just build the confidence in yourself. I want to say congratulations to each and every one of you. Cherish your accomplishment today and for the rest of your life. Thank you so much. There are 3 of our nursing students that are going to come up and speak with you and share some reflections of their time here in the nursing program. They'll come up one at a time. Our first one is going to be Melissa. Melissa, come on up.
Good evening, everyone. First and foremost, I would like to give a thank you to all you watching at home for tuning in to watch us transition from students to nurses. Thank you for all your support and unwavering faith in our ability to succeed has been with us throughout this program. While we are thanking people, I would also like to give a shout out to our president, Tim Hood, our Dean of Health Science and Director, Barb, and Director of Harrison Campus, Beth. for giving us the opportunity to become nurses at a great college such as Mid-Michigan College. Another thanks to all the faculty, clinical, lab instructors, and Sarah, who put up with our moodiness due to lack of sleep and sometimes tears. You have all put in so much time and effort into making this program what it is today. And without all of you, this program would not be what it is today, nor would we be the nurses we are. So thank you all again. For those of you who are not nurses or may not be familiar with healthcare setting, I would like to just give you a little rundown of the emotional roller coaster myself and fellow nursing students have experienced the last 2 years. First of which being fear. The first day of walking into class and realizing days of the syllabus were gone, week are gone, and never realizing you could be so behind the first day. Having exams, quizzes, sometimes twice a week, over 5 different chapters for one exam. Your first time walking into clinical, hands trembling, nerves running through you as you walk into your first patient's room to do your first head-to-toe assessment. And once you perfect moving on and being able to administer medications or giving, your first shot at insulin. The first time you spoke to the intimidating doctor who just blew you off because you were just a student. The amount of frustrations that is EAQs that would sometimes take up to 200 questions just to level up to mastery level 2. Making sacrifices and missing out on time with your friends and family to study for 36 hours a week and still fall short on that exam. But also the pure amount of joy when you finally have skills checked off and you complete a Foley catheter insertion with perfect sterile technique, or when you do a complete head-to-toe assessment without forgetting a step. But nothing quite compares to that moment when you finally feel confident in yourself, when you are alone, one-on-one with your patient, and they lean over to tell you how great you are doing. Being able to relieve their pain and making them feel comfortable in a place nobody wants to be. But I must emphasize how happy we all are to never have to take another EAQ or HESI again. The anticipation of your exam grades while sitting with your friends refreshing over and over, to now worrying about what kind and how many questions we are going to get when we take our state boards. Of all the emotions we have experienced the last 2 years, the one I hope we all continue to use as we leave our roles as students and become nurses is compassion. A quote I have saved in my phone that I've carried with me throughout the program, among many others, is one I found before starting the program. The author is unknown, but it says, "You are going to feel like quitting. You are going to struggle. You will have days where you will wonder, what's it all for? You will have days when people attempt to break you down or challenge your intelligence, skills, and right to be where you are. You will have moments when you question your abilities and perhaps your sanity, but you will rise. You will rise because your strength as a nurse is not determined by one grade, one shift, or one job. It's an ongoing journey of learning, honor, humility, and chance to make even the smallest difference in the lives of your patients. As we leave today as graduate nurses, I hope we all remember to stay compassionate, humble, and empathize with our patients and their families. Whether we are helping bring life into this world, prolonging it, or being present during the last breath, we as nurses have the opportunity to make an everlasting impression on our patients and their families. I'm so humbled to be able to stand here and represent our class and to start the program with all of you as strangers to now graduating as family. Congratulations to you all on one of the greatest accomplishments of our lives, and good luck to you in everything that you do. We did it. Now let's make a difference.
Thank you, Melissa. And now we're going to hear from Rachel LaFramboise. Rachel?
Good evening, everyone. I think Barb summed it up great when she said we had no idea what we were getting into on that very first day of orientation. At least I know I didn't. I always knew that nursing school would be challenging. I knew that it would be hard, it would be fun, and it would be exhausting. But I don't think any of us knew just exactly what we were getting into. And then we added a pandemic, which no one saw coming, and most of us will never experience ever again. I was not anticipating having to take classes online, or clinicals online, or cut them short, or the panic of not knowing if we were going to get to this point on time. As I look out at everyone today, I am in awe. There is such a wide variety of us. There are some of you that are very young who came right out of high school knowing what you wanted to do. Then there's those of us who are a little bit older who were on a different path, who came back to nursing or from someplace else. I personally was in veterinary school, decided that was not for me, and have come back to nursing knowing now this is exactly where I'm supposed to be, with the people I'm supposed to be with. Learning from all of you has been amazing. All of you have been nothing but kind and open with the skills you have, and I want to let you know how much I appreciate that and what amazing nurses I know you are all going to be. I also want to thank the staff and the faculty. The passion that it is evident that you care about nursing, that you care about us, and you care about our patients has made this journey worth it. Watching all of you light up as you talk about your subject of choice or being in clinicals with you, watching you take care of patients, knowing that you are going to pass that on to us has been instrumental in making us the nurses we are going to be. Also sometimes giving us a kick in the pants when we need it, when we're not putting in the effort that we need to put in, and making sure that we all got to this point. So thank you. Thank you very much. You have made us better nurses, made us better people, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing how everyone continues in the future.
Thank you, Rachel. And then let's wrap it up with, we're gonna listen to Ryan Brown. Ryan.
Good evening. I think we did this backwards because usually the best goes last. Sorry for your loss here tonight. I'd also like to thank everybody here today. I've learned a ton from everybody. I learned some really important skills that I'm going to be able to use for the rest of my nursing career. I've learned some bad habits from some of my friends. Thank you for those. I've learned to listen to some good German music. When we started this in 2019, we made the Facebook group 2021. And I'm like, holy crap, that's forever. Looking back on that, we're here today. We're getting pinned as RNs, nurses. We have lost some friends along the way. Well, we've lost some cohorts along the way, they'll still be our friends. People are very important to us. Never lose those friends. Never lose the people that are sitting beside you, left and right, behind you, in front of you. You'll never regret keeping your friends. I can remember one of my first conversations with Beth here, and this is paraphrasing. And I like to keep this lighthearted. She's, don't let your instructors know you're smarter than them. That's not really what she said, that's how I paraphrased it. Because we're both paramedics, so it kind of stick together. And what she meant by that is, don't be a smart ass in class. Listen to your instructors, they know what they're talking about, and you'll learn a lot. It's been a real struggle going from paramedicine to nursing, and Beth said you're gonna really struggle, and she was right. I spent so many hours reading, writing, concept maps. Thanks, Julie. Thanks for making us realize that just because we have one way of doing things, that's not always the right way, you know? The stat meds are not always more important than putting the IV in first. I still argue that point with you every day. There's just so many memories. I'd like to thank all of you for all of those. Thank you, staff. Thank you, cohorts. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Thank you, Ryan. I knew we would end those reflections with a bang. We are now going to present the graduates for pinning. This year, the nursing faculty have, This year, the nursing faculty have been asked to pin all of our graduate nurses, as all the nursing faculty have had an impact on their education while they were in the nursing program at some point. How we'll do this now is instead of lining up, we'll have one graduate come up at a time. And the faculty member will meet the graduate up here on the white sticker that says stand here. And their pin will be presented to them. The pinning itself will symbolize the dedication the graduate is making to the profession of nursing, and since being pinned by another nurse, welcoming into the profession of nursing. As each graduate is being pinned, I will read a special reflection from that graduate. Okay, graduates, the time that you've been waiting for. Miss Dana Anderson, come on up. Dana Anderson is being pinned by Jen Schwartz. Dana wanted to say a big thank you to her family for supporting and encouraging her throughout the program, to the friends I made along the way, and to my many nursing instructors here at MID for pushing us to do our best. Dana Anderson, graduate nurse. Amanda Bales. Amanda is being pinned today by Ruth Freeberry. Amanda says, 2 years ago, I never would have imagined the person nursing school would have shaped me into, the patience and dedication I would have gained, or that relationships I would have built. Thank you to all the teachers and nurses that helped me learn and grow. Thank you to my study groups that spent the time going over topics I lacked in, just so I could still pick the wrong answer on the exam. Doggone. A special thank you to my support system for listening to my endless rants about how stressed I am, for understanding the lack of effort and time spent with them, and giving me the encouragement and confidence that I needed the most when I doubted my abilities. Our dedication and hard work has finally paid off, and we all finally made it. Now we're going to start our own paths as nurses, and will only continue to grow as we learn. I will be forever grateful for the memories and friendships I have gained. Miss Amanda Bales, graduate nurse. Bethany Brial is being pinned by Elizabeth Kogelman. Bethany says, I'd like to take this time to thank my family for being my biggest supporters. My sisters who let me cry and encouraged me when I doubted myself. My brother who offered me comfort by buying me countless stress meals. And my adorable nieces and nephew who gave me cuddles when I needed them most. I also want to thank my parents who raised me to have the strength and self-confidence to accomplish anything I set my mind to. I love you all. This journey has been a roller coaster of emotions. And as much as I've enjoyed being in this program and meeting all of you, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't glad it's over. Thank you all, and best of luck to us. Ms. Brianna Bethany Brielle, graduate nurse. Mr. Ryan Brown, he's being pinned by Beth Corner. Ryan says, I would like to thank my wife Elizabeth for all of her love and support over the last 4 years while I started over my 3rd career. My children, Michaela, Anna, and Owen, for being patient even if I was not. Thank you to Ileana for keeping me grounded. Also, Alicia Vincent for helping me through this 4 semesters of craziness. I couldn't have done any of this without your support. Of course, the rest of our wonderful cohorts for believing in this old guy. Mr. Ryan Brown, graduate nurse. Kelsey Cameron. Kelsey's being pinned today by Elizabeth Kogelman. Kelsey says, it's been quite a crazy journey, and I wouldn't have gotten through it without the endless support from my parents, my sister, my aunt, my friends, and all the faculty that have guided us to where we are now. The day is almost near where I can finally walk into a patient's room and say, hi, my name is Kelsey, I'm going to be your nurse today. And I picture that as being the moment that this all becomes real and all the hard work becomes worth it. And I don't think that introduction will ever get old because I know the work that went behind being able to say that. Ms. Kelsey Cameron, graduate nurse. Erin Gildy. Erin is being pinned tonight by Julie Hipkins. Erin says, I am grateful for the support I received from all of my friends and family, but especially my husband and children. Big thanks to my mother-in-law for helping to keep my household running when I couldn't. And also to thank all of our teachers for pushing us to do our best and doing anything they could help us learn. Becoming a nurse has been a goal of mine for as long as I can remember. So very thankful that my mom and dad encouraged me to not give up on my goals. My dad struggled through many serious health conditions throughout my childhood. It was through those life experiences that my compassion to care for others grew. Connecting with my patients is one of my favorite parts of nursing. I am looking forward to starting this new career. Congratulations, Erin Gildy, graduate nurse. Claire Hembrow is being pinned by Beth Corner. Claire says, I'd like to thank my parents for the endless love and support throughout my time in nursing school. Even though I chose to take a different path than planned, you have supported me in every decision I have made, and for that I am extremely thankful. I would also like to thank the nursing program staff for the encouragement in continuing to work with me during my mobilization. Without your willingness to help me continue the program while mobilized, I wouldn't be getting pinned today, and for that I am grateful. I would also like to thank and congratulate my fellow graduate nurses. You will all go so far, and I'm honored to be pinned alongside all of you today. Thank you. Ms. Claire Hembrow, graduate nurse. Terry Hilliard. Terry Hilliard is being pinned by Beth Corner. Terry says, an immense thank you goes out to my mom, Nicole. She has always been a driving force in my life, pushing me to be better than I was the day before. She's always kept me honest and in check. I could never thank her enough. Of course, a huge thank you goes out to the instructors and faculty for the program. You always have taught and guided us to become the amazing people we are today. And now we carry this out into the world. Thank you. Terry Hilliard, graduate nurse. Melissa Jakubczak. Melissa is being pinned today by Jen Schwartz. Melissa says, the last 2 years have been the most challenging yet most rewarding 2 years of my life. I am so thankful for the opportunity to have chosen for the nursing profession and to be able to have made it through one of the hardest and sought out professions. I could not have done all the sleepless nights studying for exams and clinicals without all my friends, family, coworkers, and instructors who encouraged me to keep going and never give up on my dream of becoming a nurse. A special thank you to my mom, Karen, for supporting me through the last 2 years, and my dog, Samson, for the emotional support. Congratulations, everyone. We did it. Ms. Melissa Nakota, graduate nurse. Amber Johnson. Amber Johnson is being pinned tonight by Julie Hipkins. Amber says, I want to thank my children, both Brooklyn and Aubrey, for always encouraging me when I was doubting myself and making me laugh every day. Thank you to my husband, Jim, for calming my crazy and always having my back. I also want to thank my parents for being my biggest inspirations. They have taught to love the healthcare field since I was a kid, watching them help their colleagues at accident scenes. I couldn't have finished this degree without my nursing friends who have been a shoulder to cry on because they truly understand that the struggle is real. These are my people, and I'm grateful and blessed that they are in my life. Ms. Amber Johnson, graduate nurse. Hannah Caskey, she's being pinned tonight by Beth Corner. Hannah says, I'm so thankful for my friends and family for supporting me during my time in nursing school. Thank you for all the wonderful teachers I've had, and a special thanks to Jen for being an amazing clinical instructor. You taught me so much. The last 2 years have been challenging, but the reward is so worth the sacrifices I've made. I am so excited for the next steps in my life. Ms. Hannah Caskey, graduate nurse. Rachel LaFramboise is being pinned by Beth Corner. As I complete this portion of my education, Rachel says, I want to thank the many people who have helped me succeed. My husband, Keith, who has been so amazing over these 2 years, encouraging me, supporting me, and picking up my slack at home so I could fulfill this dream. I would not be here without you. To my family, who would have been amazing cheerleaders for me, and so understanding when I had to miss events or couldn't call as much as I would have liked. I'm finally here, and so looking forward to what the future holds. To the staff throughout the program, thank you for all your help and dedication to making us the best nurses we can be. To the amazing friends I have met during this program, thank you for always pushing me, reminding me we will get through, and for being amazing examples. Thank you. We finally made it. Ms. Rachel LaFramboise, graduate nurse. Trace Layton is being pinned by Ruth Freeberry. Trace says, I would like to thank my dad and my fiancée Valerie, as well as my other family and friends for helping me get through the nursing program and accomplishing my goals. I also want to thank the nursing faculty and fellow nursing students for all their help as well. I could not have done it without everyone. I want to give a special thank you to Hannah and Haley for a wonderful preceptorship experience. Mr. Trace Layton, graduate nurse. Rayanne Lockery is being pinned by Brittany Wright. Rayanne says, thank you to my nursing instructors, friends, and most importantly, my mom, my dad, and my brother for all of the support throughout these last 2 years. It seems like only last week we were starting the nursing program. It has gone by so fast, and I have grown so much as a person. I am so proud of myself and my classmates for all of our hard work and accomplishments. It wasn't easy going through nursing school during a pandemic. I am so thankful for all the memories and friendships I've made during this program. I have learned so many things that I will carry with me, not only throughout my nursing career, but for the rest of my life. All of the stress, long nights, and things I had to miss out on were worth it for this because I have found my place in the world through nursing. I am so excited to see what the future holds. Ms. Rayanne Lockery, graduate nurse. Nicholas Machuda is being pinned by Julie Hipkins. Nicholas says, when I started nursing school, I remember being told that it would go by fast. I suppose when you take into account the amount of work we had put in to get here, it makes sense. I underestimated the amount of time and work nursing school would require from me in the beginning, and there were nights where I did not sleep and times where I missed out on chances to see my friends and family. During these times, I would ask myself, is it really worth it? Do I have what it takes? But there was always someone there to reassure me that this would be worth it and that I could do this. Many times it was one of you, people that were complete strangers to me just 2 years ago. I would like to thank all of you for your encouragement and inspiration, as well as the friendships we formed along the way. I am proud of all of us for pushing through and finally graduating. We've earned it. Mr. Nicholas Machuda, graduate nurse. Erin Monroe is being pinned by Jenny Ivan. Erin says that she is thankful for her family being so supportive throughout this experience. A special thank you to my Nana, who was there every step of the way. Erin Monroe, graduate nurse. Anthony Montague, being pinned by Brittany Wright. Anthony says, I'd like to say a big thanks to all the good lads and lasses who got me where I am today. I am gobsmacked I'm even here. I would have lost the plot without all the support. I'd like to give a proper thanks to my family, friends, and the profs that most of all. The profs gave me the knowledge for my noggin. The friends gave me the bevies and pick-me-ups. The family gave me the kick in the gluteus maximus. Biggest shout out to the senior man who couldn't be here, but knows I love and do all that I could do to make the old lad proud. To see us all here and accomplished makes me very chuffed to bits. Here's to the future. Bevies up, you cheeky blokes and birds. Congratulations, Erin Montague, graduate nurse, and class communion. Haley Moore is being pinned by Jen Schwartz. Haley says she would like to thank her mother and father, Candy and Mark, and the rest of her family, along with Devin, and numerous friends and fellow classmates for their support during nursing school. Thank you to the instructors and the rest of the faculty for your hard work, day in and day out, that makes all of this possible. Ms. Haley Moore, graduate nurse. Tristan Muma. Tristan is being pinned by Beth Corner. Tristan says, a little over 2 years ago, I had no idea this is where I would be today. I knew it's where I wanted to be, but never did I think I would actually have the opportunity to be in this position. There were many times I wanted to give up, times when I needed that higher exam grade to pass and didn't think I could do it, but I did, and here I am. Here we are. Over the last couple of years, I've met people and built friendships with people that will last forever. We've seen each one in our most raw and vulnerable forms. And now here we are celebrating one of our proudest moments together as graduate nurses. That's pretty special. So thank you to my nursing friends for always being down for the long and late night study sessions before exams. Thank you to my mentors and instructors that consistently push me to reach my goals. And a very special thank you to my parents for always encouraging me to keep pushing even when I felt defeated. Each of you helped me get to where I am today, and I couldn't be more thankful. Congratulations to each and every one of you. You all deserve the best, and I know you will all go on and continue to do great things. I am glad I was able to go through this journey with each of you. So now just the beginning of a new and very special journey. Tristan Muma, graduate nurse. Ileana Palomino. Ileana is being pinned today by Beth Corner. Ileana says, I'd like to thank my family for supporting me throughout this journey. I thank you for all sacrificing your time to help me follow my dreams. I am also thankful for the friendships I have created along the way and hope to continue those throughout the next phase of our lives. Ileana Palomino, graduate nurse. is Kia Ribbit, is being pinned by Beth Corner. Kia says, the last few years haven't been easy. The last few years haven't exactly been easy. However, every step in the direction of becoming a nurse has been worth it. I have grown into someone who has great appreciation for the time I invest into the things that I love. Accomplishing nursing school would not have been possible without first, my faith, and second, the support and encouragement I received when I needed it the most. My husband, Mickey, and children Arjana, Mackenzie, and Malika amaze me every day when they adapted to the changes that needed to be made. They love me and encourage me. I could not be more grateful. My best friend, the one who has been at my side since day one of the program, Morgan Burden, I will always be grateful for you. I will never forget the experience we have went through together and has shaped us into the nurses we are meant to be. The faculty at Mid-Michigan College has my appreciation and gratitude for their continued support and for always making me feel empowered. I am here today with an opportunity to invest myself into making the world a healthier and happier place. I have met many people on my path to make this happen. Without my family and our friends, I don't know if I would be here today. My heart holds each encounter with those who supported my development, encouraged me to chase my dreams. Kia Ribbe, graduate nurse. Katie Sipple is being pinned by Ryan Thatcher. Katie says, I want to take this time to thank my fiance Justin, my best friend Danielle, my parents and sister, and my future mother-in-law for keeping me sane during this nursing school. Justin, you are my rock, and I could not have done this without you standing by me and encouraging me every step of the way. When I would start to feel overwhelmed or begin to freak out over small things, you always told me what I needed to hear and kept me sane. For that, I am truly grateful and so excited to marry you in a week. Danielle, you always took the time to answer my questions I had and helped me grow as a nurse. You've always believed in me, knew I was smarter than I let myself think. Mom, Dad, and Maddie, you guys were always there for anything I needed, especially if I just needed a shoulder to cry on or just a few words of encouragement before an exam. You always knew exactly what to say to me to help ease my anxiety. Deborah, you always saw the big end goal of graduation for me when I couldn't. Every time I'd see you, you'd ask how many more weeks of the semester and then tell me that it was only a few weeks and you can get through nursing school. And I could get through anything. Thank you to all my newfound friends from nursing school. I couldn't have done this without all the help and words of encouragement or reminders or when assignments are due. I truly hope these friendships last a lifetime. Thank you to all my instructors and clinical instructors. I could have not made it this far without you. Ryan, thank you for answering the million silly questions I had during clinical and for all the 2s on my paperwork. I learned more this semester than I ever thought possible, and I couldn't have finished the semester without all your help. Finally, Hank, thank you for always cuddling with me as I studied or listening to me as I read or answered questions out loud. I swear you're probably the smartest nursing school dog there is. Katie Sipple, graduate nurse. Morgan Burden, pinned by Beth Corner. The past few years of my life have been pretty challenging, but through it all, I have managed to be here today graduating with my nursing degree. All of my life, I've had passion for taking care of others and have always wanted to be a nurse. Many hours, long nights, hard work, stress, dedication, and tears have happened leading up to this day. Now I can finally say I've made my dream come true. This truly has been one of the hardest things I've ever done, but I am so excited and can't wait to see what the future has to store for me. My success in the nursing program wouldn't have been possible without the wonderful friends and family I have. Thank you to my wonderful father, mother, grandma, and siblings for always pushing me forward and being so proud of me at all times. A huge thank you to my best friend, Kia Ribbit, for keeping me sane throughout this program. I wouldn't trade all those long nights studying, big beat breaks, and food runs for anything. It's always nice to have that specific person to vent to that knows exactly what you're going through. This program wouldn't have been the same without you by my side. The biggest thank you goes out to my other half, Tim Eastlick. You've worked so hard this whole time I've been in school to make sure I had everything I needed to succeed. You've changed your whole life around just to make sure I needed to do what was focused on school, and forever will be grateful for that. Fulfilling my dream of becoming a nurse wouldn't have been possible without your love, support, and encouragement. I will never be able to thank you enough for all you did and still do for me. Thank you to my instructors at Mid-Michigan College for always pushing me to be the best I can. My nursing preceptor, Brittany Smith, for helping and being so patient and willing to be a great teacher. Every one of you guys had made a huge impact on shaping me into the wonderful nurse I will be. A simple thank you will never be enough to explain how grateful I am for all you do in this experience. It's a beautiful day to save lives, and I can't wait to begin my journey doing so. Morgan Burden, graduate nurse. Kayla Wessel. Kayla is being pinned by Ryan Thatcher. Kayla says, I've always dreamed about this moment. I never thought I would actually make it, but here I am. Here we all are, about to start our lives as nurses before we know it. Always remember that we're making a difference in someone's life, no matter how big or small. I'm thankful for the lifelong friendships that I have made throughout the last 2 years, and I know all of you will be doing great things. So thank you to all my nursing school friends who were in the same shoes as me, overwhelmed, stressed, praying for the next 2 years to fly by, but still encouraged me to do my best and didn't let me give up no matter how many times I thought about it. Thank you to my teachers and clinical instructors for pushing me to reach my goals and teaching me to be the best nurse I can be. Thank you to my parents for constantly encouraging me and pushing me to give my all. And a very special thank you to my husband, who has never given up on me and has supported me so I could focus on nursing for the past 2 years. Without all of you, I wouldn't be where I am today, and for that, I couldn't be more grateful. Kayla Wessel, graduate nurse. This is Nicola Yakima. Nicole is being pinned tonight by Brittany Wright. Nicole says, as I reflect on this chapter in my life closing, I can't help but be thankful. I would always joke and say, the only thing nursing school gave me was a few extra pounds and a few gray hair, but in reality, it gave me a career I am passionate about. Friendships I will hold on to forever, and mentors that have made a huge impact on my life. One of my favorite quotes, and one that I still live by, is, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others, by Gandhi. Through nursing, I found myself and my purpose. I want to thank my mom and dad for making this possible, friends and family for always believing in me when I didn't believe in myself. Here's to a lifetime of helping others and making a difference in their lives for the better. Nicole Yakima, graduate nurse. Su Chin Zhang. Su Chin says, it's being pinned tonight by Jen Swartz. Su Chin says, to all of my nursing instructors, Jennifer, Brittany, Bethany, Julie, Ruth, Christopher, Mariah, and Morgan, thank you very much for helping us grow. Su Chin Zhang, graduate nurse. Those were so awesome, you guys. When I read those are really what comes from your heart, and I so much appreciate reading all those. Okay, what's Beth doing? Oops. Okay, so now I'm going to give some closing remarks, and then we will have our benediction. So my closing remarks. So, being a nurse means having immense responsibility with little authority. You step into people's lives and you make a difference. Some bless you, some curse you. You will see people at their worst and the people at their best. You will see life begin, life end, and everything in between. You will see a person's capacity for love, courage, and endurance. Remember, you're a nurse, so celebrate National Nursing Appreciation Week. That's this week, guys. I'd like to thank everyone for the unending support of our graduate nurses while they're in nursing school and as they begin their careers. It is so important to them to have this support. As they begin their careers, there will no doubt be some tough days when those butterflies are very active, but there will be more rewarding days. Whatever day, remember to always support your nurse. When the nursing pinning ceremony was first initiated in the 1860s, the lamp was a symbol of the care and devotion to the nurse administrators, to the sick and injured in the practice of nursing. After nurses were pinned, Florence Nightingale would light a lamp and pass the flame to each nurse as they said the pledge. At this time, we're going to light our candles. Nursing faculty will light first, and then we'll come out to the graduates and we will light yours. Okay, so first the faculty will light, and then I will have you stand after that. Okay, please stand, and the nursing faculty will come out and light your candles. Inside of your program is a flyer, and on the back is the Florence Nightingale flag. Okay, we're going to read the Florence Nightingale pledge together. I solemnly pledge myself before God and in the presence of this assembly to pass my life in purity and to practice my profession faithfully. I shall abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous, and shall not take or knowingly administer any harmful drug. I shall do all in my power to maintain and elevate the standard of my profession, and will hold in confidence all personal matters committed to my keeping and all family affairs coming to my knowledge in the practice of my calling. I shall be loyal to my work and devoted towards the welfare of those committed to my care. Okay, you can extinguish. Maybe. You can stay standing. And our Director of Nursing for the Harrison campus, our faculty member, Beth Corner, is going to deliver the benediction. After we're finished with the benediction, we'll start the slideshow, and after the slideshow is finished, we'll have the exit music, and then when we're all finished, you're more than welcome. We have some refreshments out in the lobby there for you. Okay? Beth?
Thank you for allowing us to help these new nurses grow. We ask you to bless our hands with your mercy and grace, so your healing touch may be extended through our touch. May each person who receives the touch of these hands feel the presence of your strength, love, and compassion as they begin to help others as graduate nurses. Offer them the wisdom to heal those entrusted in their care and the calm of knowing they are never alone. We ask for your continued gifts throughout their nursing journey, and may one day pass these gifts on to future generations of nurses, so the legacy of nursing remains professional and true. Congratulations. We wish you the very best. So let's watch your slideshow. You guys can have a seat.
I hope I take a little less for granted. Hope I'm a little more understanding. But some things don't make sense when this is over.
I hope I smile at passing strangers. Take time to get to know my neighbors and break bread every now and then. Oh, 'cause right now, all I got is time to think about the bottom line. What I have, where I stand, how I live, who I am. All of these hard times make me better and not just older.
When this is over, I hope I stay out of my head and I'm a little more empathetic. Put myself in people's shoes when this is over. I'll kiss the ground and send a prayer to the sky. Thank God I'm breathing air and life, and I get along my day with you. 'Cause right now